はしないといけないのよね。
え、なに？
ほら、男の子と女の子がする
聞こえないよ。
エッチな子だよ。
そりゃそうだよ。後継ぎを期待されてるんじゃないの？だったら思い切って100人くらい。無理よ。いけるいける。5つ子なら20回。私はそんなタフじゃないわ。
茜の話なの？
私の話じゃないわ。
I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. My friends, welcome to the Winter 2025 season. If you haven't watched one of my videos yet, then we are full head of steam, full in to Winter 2025 anime. And this, my friends, is the best new anime, at least that I've had the pleasure of watching so far into Winter 2025. I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class was the antithesis of a perfect episode 1. I would dare even call this like, I think I want to give it a 9 out of 10, but I think that if someone made the argument, even myself, of this being a 10 out of 10, I'd be like, yeah, I totally see that. This episode was charming. It was funny. It was well paced. It introduced us to the characters. It introduced us to the main plot line. The grandpa was awesome. The grandma was awesome. Like, everything about this episode was just really, really, really top-notch and top class and top tier. And it surrounds itself by two very different and very interesting characters in being Akane and Sato, or Saito. It has an I in it. Saito. Akane and Saito. And it also has really good side characters. Again, I mentioned the grandma. I mentioned the grandpa. They're awesome. But then it has really good side characters in what could potentially be Saito's kind of like a harem-ish, but definitely just girls with interest, which is one is, I think her name's 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸, which is the cousin. And then the other one is Himari, which is the blonde. She's a smoke show, like bombshell, smoke show. She blows the main character out of the water. Now, the main character, Akane, definitely has her own charm and interest, and some might even choose Akane, including myself, over Himari. I'm just going by just pure artistical, the way that they're drawn. Design, I think Himari is a little bit better, but yeah, this was just such a good episode. I think the coolest thing about the episode, outside of just the main storyline, right? And to recap on it, the main storyline, the main storyline is that Saito's grandpa, who is a gangster, by the way, he runs this company called the 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭 Company, and the 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭 Company was basically what re-thrived and reinvigorated the Japanese economy when it was failing. It was going through a crisis, and the 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭 Company, probably not independently, but played a huge part in reinvigorating the Japanese economy. And his grandpa, being a thug, redid it by making sure that he got rid of executives and rid of people needlessly and spent the money in the right places, invested in the right things. And now this is one of the top-tier Japanese companies. And Saito's dream is to inherit said company, and grandpa's dream for him is to do so because Saito is sharp, smart-witted, passionate, like all the things that he would want in a successor. His grandchild has, and Saito has been working towards doing this thing, okay? The opposite side of it is Akane's grandma. Her story is that the grandpa and her, when they were their age in high school, had a thing for each other. And just the way life and happenstance worked out, they never actually got together, but there was always some budding love there. What's kind of crazy is they're both in their 60s and both of their significant others passed away. So because of that, they took this opportunity to rekindle their love some 40 odd years later, and now they're getting it on. So their plan is, although they found each other again late in life, they want to bring their family together. They're seeing this as them coming together as a sign that they need to blend their families together, and they're gonna do it by getting their grandchildren together in Akane and Saito. So they're like, And his grandpa's like, okay, you want the company? Bet. And whatever Akane wants. They didn't really explain exactly what she has with her grandma, but grandma got some dirt on her. So basically, to accomplish their goals that their grandparents viewed to them, they need to get married. That is an awesome plot. And like, you know, like anime and, you know, like fiction does, they set up a house for them and they set rules and they create a sex room for them and all kinds of crazy stuff. So obviously it's very verbose and very, you know, animated, very over the top, but it's still really, really funny and really, really good. So that's the first thing is I think the plot is just, it's been done before, right? In a way, in other stories, but the way that they executed it, I thought was funny and entertaining, like really, really funny. And the other thing that I find so charming about this show is both Saito, but specifically Akane, has a lot of really bombastic, like her personality is like she's always screaming and yelling, and the way that they animate her, like very comic book-esque, is just very entertaining to watch. Like they make her big-headed and screaming, and you know she's yelling about like, you're gonna sex me, you're gonna take me to bed, you're gonna maul me while I'm sleeping, just crazy. The stuff she said is just crazy, because she has this insane imagination of what a love life looks like, and she's always worried about being like, I don't even know how you say it, like just like he's a lion and she's a little bunny, you know what I mean? Just like, it's funny. And the way that they do it is really, really charming, including Saito's reactions. But Akane is definitely the clear winner when it comes to just being what really, at least episode 1, what made episode 1, and will probably end up making the show really worthy of being, you know, probably, you know, really great. You know what I mean? On top of that, you know, on top of everything else, like I said, that the side character is really good. Saito has an interesting relationship with his cousin Shisei. You know, apparently Shisei has a lot of love for Saito, and she was like, hey, even if grandpa's asking you to go do this, I'm gonna let you do it, and I'm still gonna be here, kind of thing. Like very just weird stuff, but like they have a particular love for sure. And then Akane's best friend, which is Himari, which is the blonde hair girl, you know, she has expressed to Akane during episode 1 that she has a crush, which we can only assume that she didn't tell her specifically because it's also this Saito guy for whatever reason. So I think that is an interesting dynamic between them. And then what else? I love the grandpa and the grandma's whole situation. And then when it comes to Akane and Saito, I love that prior to this even, Akane was always bugging out, and they were always bickering with each other like an old married couple kind of thing. And I absolutely love that because hate can breed love, and their relationship is like, you just don't hate somebody. You know what I mean? Like how do you say it? Like the bickering and stuff, like the hatred, quote unquote, that they have. You have to care to hate. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, if you didn't care, you wouldn't bicker. You wouldn't fight, right? Like, you would just be like, yeah, whatever. You know, you just walk away. But they go at it. And it's adorable. But even her friend, Himari, called her out like, oh, you're just crushing on him. You're just flirting. You know what I mean? Like, you're not being bickering. You're just flirting at this point. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. And I love it because, you know, Akane's a little crazy. And the way that she goes after him is a little crazy and a little funny, and it's just so entertaining. And I really love the way that they are with each other, and I just think it is so adorable and so cute. So yeah, just to button it up, I think I'm Getting Married to the Girl I Hate in My Class was just a rock show. It was a 9 out of 10, best new anime of the season so far. Like all the particulars that I look for in an anime, this exudes. Now, will it maintain episode 2, 3, 5? That's where shows begin to kind of fall apart. Is like, you know, midway through, is it still holding our entertaining? Like, is it still entertaining? Is it still holding our attention? Did the charm wear away? We're gonna find out as we go into the season. Unfortunately, last season there was a lot of anime where episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 were really good, and then it just like plummeted. So I'm preparing myself this season to be very excited, very transparent, and very honest for episode 1, but with the reality of the fact that it could let us down. So I'm gonna be very hesitant, but so far so good with EP1. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments down below. Also, there's a lot of fan service too, like very tasteful fan service. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next week for episode number 2. Peace out, my friends.